All right, so the last South by Southwest session I sat in on before we headed back to the motel was called Wine and Ukuleles, in which everybody got their own ukulele to keep and as much wine as one can drink in an hour, which turned out to be quite a bit. So I'm going to annoy everybody for the rest of the night by just trying to figure out the intro to Zombie Wolf on the ukulele. So that's all I got so far. I don't even think that's right. Yeah, we'll work on it. So yeah, but I won't play it during this video, so you can thank me. What's up, people? My name is Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie, currently running Zappa March Madness here on this channel. I have reviews of albums and tours elsewhere, but we have just finished the voting in part 1 of the round of 32, and I will then tell you what part 3 is, and you can vote in that. The voting for part 2 continues until tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Texas Central Standard Time. So anyways, these, bam, are the results for part 1. Only one upset. You Can't Do That on Stage, Volume 2, which was seeded number 5, has defeated number 4 seeded Lumpy Gravy. But then number 1, Roxy and Elsewhere, held its spot against Stage 1. Uncle Meat held its place against Road Tapes Volume 2. And the Wazoo soundly defeated A Token of His Extreme. So that will lead to some interesting matchups in the second round, the round of 16. You can still vote on the round 2. That is Burnt Weenie Sandwich versus Orchestral Favorites. We're Only in It for the Money versus Hammersmith Odeon. Overnight Sensation versus Shut Up and Play Your Guitar. Apostrophe for Shake Your Booty. So if you have not voted in that round, go watch that video or just vote. I don't care. But now, part 3 of the round of 32. These bouts right here. You have the number 2 overall seed, Joe's Garage, going against Bongo Fury. You have One Size Fits All against Halloween 77. You have You Are What You Is versus Sleep Dirt, and Freak Out versus Waka Jawaka. I will tell, you can vote right now, or you can stick around and watch the rest of this video and find out why I think you should vote for each of those albums. So anyways, on to the first bout. Bout number 1, Joe's Garage, the number 2 overall seed, number 1 in this bracket, or this part of the bracket, versus Bongo Fury. Bongo Fury should win this. It's the Captain Beefheart album. It represents the tour that Captain Beefheart played on, which is one of the top 5 tours Frank ever played. Absolutely phenomenal tour. Deborah Cadabra, one of the greatest songs Frank ever wrote. This has Carolina Hardcore Ecstasy, Advanced Romance, some really good studio stuff featuring the Captain, and this has Muffin Man. Girl, you thought he was a man, but he wasn't. One of the greatest riffs, if not the greatest guitar riff Frank has ever written, closes the album in spectacular fashion. Just an absolute amazingly weird, eclectic, weird, very Captain Beefheart-ish album, which really should just kick the butt of Joe's Garage. But then again, it's Joe's Garage, probably one of the most beloved albums Frank ever made. It's essentially 3 albums. You have Watermelon and Easter Hay is on this. On the Bus, an amazing guitar solo, which was taken out of one of the most amazing guitar solos Frank has ever played, which you can hear on One Shot Deal, Occam's Racer. Go check that out right now if you haven't heard it. You have the entire first part, which is almost perfect. Lucille Has Messed My Mind Up, another amazing ballad by Frank. The whole Wet T-Shirt Night, Catholic Girls, Cruise Slut. Pretty much we have the central scrutinizer and everything he introduces to the world versus Captain Beefheart. I mean, who do you think is going to win this? Side 2 has the great funk of Keep It Greasy and Stick It Out. I'm advocating for all these, by the way. Yeah, and Joe's Garage is just an amazing journey. It's like a 2-hour journey through Zappa's weird, twisted mind. Or you can go on a 45-minute journey through the twisted mind of Zappa and Beefheart. You pick. You vote in the comments below. On to number 2, One Size Fits All versus Halloween 77. Halloween 77 is a massive box set. I mean, how is this going to lose? It's a bunch of shows. It's 6 different shows from Halloween. It's not even fair that this is even in the competition, right? I mean, you have like all these Wild Loves, which are like 20 minutes long, which have like solos from everybody. Absolutely amazing, sort of the squirm solos that close them out. So you have the Wild Loves. You have just the entire set list that this band played, which was almost perfect. You have Adrian Belew doing his best vocals he would ever do in his career. The amazing rhythm section of Ahern and Bozio. You have all those weird Halloween things that Frank does with like magic tricks, and that bass player from the original Mothers doing like weird operatic prelude to a sexually aroused gas mask type stuff. I mean, how can you go wrong with 6 complete shows, including that mammoth? You have Coneheads, instrumental Coneheads on here, which are some of the best solos Frank ever played. It is unfair that this album is even in the conversation, and I probably should not have let that happen, but it's here, and it's against One Size Fits All. Frank's sort of prog album, I guess we could call that, the absolutely perfect Inca Rhodes, the even more perfect Florentine Pogan, the even more perfect Andy. You got 2 versions of Sofa. You got a Pajama People. You have... a modified Dogman here. I mean, how many albums have modified dogs? And then you also have Can't Afford No Shoes, which you might think is a great song. And if you do, you're going to vote for One Size Fits All, because even though it's not 6 concerts long, it's shorter and more succinct and more just packs a wallop from start to finish. So yeah, there's no wasted music at all, other than maybe Can't Afford No Shoes, but that's for you to decide. But I'm still advocating for this because it's One Size Fits All. And it should fit all of us, right? The title says everyone should vote for that. So who knows? Who knows is going to win for this one? I don't, but you will vote in the comments below. On to the third 3, You Are What You Is versus Sleep Dirt. Almost polar opposites as far as album goes. You have Sleep Dirt, which is an almost entirely instrumental album, other than Frank saying, what happened? Oh, my fingers got stuck. Frank didn't say my fingers got stuck. You have Filthy Habits to open up, which is probably the most sinister, evil song Frank has ever played. You have the magnificent, glorious, majestic Egyptian Strut. You have The Ocean Is the Ultimate Solution, which is just a jam to end all jams. You have an acoustic little piece. How many acoustic pieces are in Frank's catalog? Not very many. You got Sleep Dirt. Plus, you got some other things that may have vocals, that may not have vocals, depending on when you first heard this album, which may either like make this the best or not the best album, but you can pick which version. I don't care. If you're voting for the vocal version, that vote is the same as if you're voting for the instrumental version. Just vote for this if you love it, because it's a great album. And it's going against You Are What You Is, which is sort of Frank's like bunch of vocals, a bunch of changes, an absolutely magnificent studio album, just song after song after song, a bunch of like little 3-minute songs that are kind of interconnected. The best way to listen to this album, if you're asking me, is not on CD or streaming, but is on vinyl, so you can hear side 1 and it's 5 songs as they're intended to be heard, and then you turn it over and hear that suite of songs. It's the standalone suite of songs that it should be. And when you listen to it like in that piecemeal thing, when you're having to take the time to flip your vinyl and like take that break and like absorb what you just listened, this album is almost unbeatable. Like, I'm not even sure Sleep Dirt, which is so ridiculously good, can beat this, but it might, because Sleep Dirt has Filthy Habits. But I don't know. This one has variations on Sinister 3, right? No, I'm not sure. Yeah. It has the Society Pages suite, which is one of the best, like, 5 or 6 songs of music Frank's ever played. Drafted Again, the Any Downers, which is not the Any Downers from like that would happen in like 74 and 75, but it's still a magnificent Any Downers. Based on that, but there's more to it and it's not as ominous. But yeah, 2 amazing albums. Who knows? You vote. You vote in the comments below. That's how. And the last bout, number 4, Freak Out versus number 5, Waka Jawaka. Another bout of sort of polar opposites. You got 4 songs on Waka Jawaka. They're not all instrumental, but they're all jazzy, sort of part of Frank's sort of 1972 big band jazz era. You got Big Swifty takes up an entire side. It's like kind of one of Frank's loosest jams. The Sal Marquez trumpet work on there is amazing. The entire band is ridiculous. You got 3 shorter songs on side B, which are also just fun and kind of all over the place. Has one of the greatest slide guitar solos of all time, courtesy of Tony Duran. That part of it just might be a one shot. This just might be a one-shot deal. Just a perfect guitar solo. Probably one of the best non-Frank solos on any release. Versus Freak Out, the album that started it all, a double album. A almost perfect progression from the opening Hungry Freaks Daddy to the chaos that is The Return of the Son of Monster Magnet, with all kinds of stuff. Help I'm a Rock is on this. Can't Happen Here is on this. Trouble Coming Every Day is on this. The entire first 2 sides, which are all these almost perfect like 60s pop songs. Like, an almost perfect album, man. Like, how could you not vote for the thing that started it all way back in 1966? Yeah, Waka Jawaka is good. Yeah, Waka Jawaka is great. Yeah, Waka Jawaka is like a pinnacle of like jazz fusion rock of like 1972. But then there's Freak Out. But yeah, I'm not voting, so I don't have to worry about this. But you vote in the comments below. So that's the 4 bouts. I'll put them up again so you can make your final decisions. Comment below what you think wins each one. There's a mirror right here, which is really weird every time I look up and see myself. The voting will go from now until Thursday night, Texas, Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. If you vote after that, you can vote after that, but I will not count your vote. So yeah, and then Friday night, I will once again review the winners of all the bouts, and we will move on, either a Friday night or Saturday morning, we'll move on to the round of 16. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. Spread the word. If they haven't voted in the first 2 rounds, those videos are up. You can still watch the second one and vote. But you can still vote, even if you're late to this, man. Every round is like a whole new process, you know. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace, y'all. We're going to go get some food. Bye.